All right, so the odds, the latest odds that have been released for LSU's next head football coach, and you can find those on our website, louisianasports.net. And these lines are according to betonline.ag. LSU Tigers' next head football coach at plus 150 is John Sumrall, the Tulane head coach. 2-1 Joe Brady, 4-1 Lane Kiffin, 6-1 James Franklin, 8-1 Eli Drinkwitz, 12-1 Jeff Brom, 14-1 Brent Key, 18-1 Jimbo Fisher, 20-1 Clark Lee, and then it goes, Marcus Freeman, Urban Meyer, Rhett Lashley, John Gruden, Kenny Dillingham, Lincoln Riley, Dabo Sweeney, Dan Mullen, Alex Golish, Dan Lanning, Matt Campbell, Nick Saban. But of the realistic ones, who knows? Gave you the odds there. So
would it be a dark horse? Someone that's not even on the list.
Could be. So if Summerall is the leader in the clubhouse, I don't believe that to be the case. I think John Summerall is a really good football coach. Don't get me wrong. I just don't believe that to be the case. I don't believe Joe Brady would want to be a head coach in college football, so I don't believe that to be the case. James Franklin's not going to be the coach here. I would be shocked. I don't want to say he's not going to be. That's an absolute, and we can't do that in college football. So I retract that. I don't think he's going to be the head coach here because you would have what just left. You would have a lot of wins, no championships, and that's just like you got to go the opposite of what you just had here, in my opinion. You got to go get something different,
hungry.
and James Franklin feels like the same.
James Franklin definitely feels like the same. Yeah, I mean, like this is betting odds that we're giving you. There's no leader in the clubhouse right now. We don't even know. Rumors flying on who's even really going to make the decision. There's no president as well. So there's so much to unpack and do before you get to that point of here's a leader in the clubhouse, because we don't even know in which person's brain would make the decision to make it a leader in the clubhouse. So, but I agree with you 100%. You got to go kind of opposite of the pick that you just did. The safe, been doing it a long time.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame, blah, blah, blah. You got to go away from that and find somebody that is going to come in here, like we talked about for 3 hours yesterday, that is going to dedicate every inch, every piece of him, every moment of time to LSU football and instill that, and has done it in the past. And it doesn't have to be on the biggest stage. It doesn't have to be with the biggest program. It can be. I know there's a lot of the sexy picks out there, like Dan Lanning, Lane Kiffin. Everybody's talking about that. But they got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games left to play as well. So nothing's going to happen fast. I know that.
At least officially. Things are, obviously things in motion now. And you talk to different people, and hell, Jimmy Sexton reps almost everybody we sent there. I mean, it's kind of the way it is. So obviously those conversations are going to take place. I don't know what the pecking order is going to be. You hear it's like, well, they're going to make Saban tell them no. Well, he's probably going to tell you no, but you got to at least try. Okay, I get that. I understand it, sure. And then it's like you hear, well, then it's going to be Lane Kiffin. And then if it's not Lane Kiffin, then there's a group of Kenny Dillingham and John Sumrall and, some younger names like that, up and coming head football coaches. I mean, Kenny Dillingham did make a college football playoff a year ago.
Yeah, you got to make a call, and they can say no, but who's making that call right now?
It's a great point.
Who is making that call? Who's making those decisions to say you got to make them say no besides the fan base?
And the people that
I know there's
putting up the dollars.
For sure. If I put up the dollars, I'd sure want to have a say.
Yeah.
Is that right or wrong?
I tried to tell y'all,
that's the argument.
I tried to tell y'all yesterday, I'll do it for free. Just let me know.
Hey.
I'll do it for free. Josh, you don't have to use all caps. I mean, I agree with you. I don't think Saban's coming back.
No, all caps, guys.
It's all cap Friday, and it's not Friday.
Yeah, every day. People keep bringing up Matt Patricia's name. Why would we?
Why the hell would LSU hire Matt Patricia?
What does that bring? He's at Ohio State, is that right?
He's the Ohio State DC.
Defense coordinator.
Hiring for OC.
Look, Matt Patricia's been an OC, a DC in the NFL. He's been a head coach in the NFL. He's been a DC now. It's great. And Matt Patricia's a hell of a football coach. He's not going to be the head football coach here. He shouldn't be. That's no disrespect to him, just facts.
Is it?
Should be.
If he is, though, we'll love him.
Oh, I like Matt Patricia. Interviewed him at the Super Bowl. He was great. Just don't think that's going to be when you have a situation like this, you can't hire anything that remotely looks to be the same of what you had. You need something different. What you had was not working. Right?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, you proved it wasn't working. Proved it all year. And then you proved it by paying a buyout that nobody thought was attainable. Yeah, so it's not working. So, yeah, do not do what you did.
And look, I love Joe Brady as much as anybody. Like, I used to love sitting down and talking offense with Joe all the time. I don't think Joe wants to, one. And two, he's never been a head coach. If he is a head coach, I think that comes first in the NFL before it does college football.
Yep.
He's been in the NFL way longer than he's been in college football. Remember that. He came from the NFL to LSU.
Yeah, and just because, I mean, we've brought it up before, and people kind of understand this. Like, just because you're a good football coach, just because you're a good coordinator, doesn't mean you're going to be a new head coach. I know there's a progression. All head coaches have to go through it, and you don't know you're a good head coach until you become a head coach, right? But with a job like LSU, you probably want somebody that is a proven head coach. And that doesn't really matter what level. It doesn't matter that it's been a Power Four or, you've won a national championship before or you've been to the playoffs before. It doesn't really matter. Like, if you know how to be a head coach and to be a leader of a team and a leader of men and prove, like, that's all that really matters. I would rather do that than hire a really good coordinator, first-time head coach. Now, it might work out because it does work out, obviously. Those guys that become good head coaches were offensive coordinators. They were defensive coordinators. They were quarterback coaches. They were tight end coaches. They were defensive line coaches. I get that. There's a progression there. But when you are the basically everybody agrees all over the country in the national media that the LSU is the premier job.
Yes, it's like, I don't care who you are. Like, on off campus, it was me, Bobby, and EJ, and I was like, hey, give me your 6 jobs that no questions asked. You're out the door. You're gone as soon as they call. EJ didn't put LSU in his top 6. And I said, EJ, I'm sorry. I love you. You're dead wrong. He said Tennessee before LSU. I said, you're dead wrong. I said, when you look at the LSU job.
Didn't put him in the top 6?
Yeah. Like, it's firmly in the top 3. It's like, but when you look at the LSU job, the advantages that you have, the proof that's already been there. And look, we know when you've won championships. We know all that. But when you look at the resources, when you look at the desire to be great, when you look at the ability to play in the greatest stadium in college football, whenever they have a product that's rocking, the fans will rock with it. When you look at the recruiting map that you're able to go into a state where it's per capita the most NFL players, and you're without question the top dog in that state, and also you have a bordering state in Texas that's some of the best high school football, that you've got a strong, firm grasp of how to recruit Houston and Dallas and those areas. When you look at the people that will give LSU anything and everything, I mean, the donor base, like everything, the facilities. If there's a want in college football, LSU has it. Then you have recruiting advantages. You have all these things, right? It's a top 3 job, without question. It is. And whoever's making the decision, all I ask is you treat it as such. Know that you have a top 3 job in America, and know that you're going to have the ability to hire a hell of a football coach that fits everything you're trying to do here at LSU. Have those conversations, interview whoever you have on that list, but you make sure that they understand too what's expected of them from this job, right? Louisiana isn't. We're not passive people. We're not somebody that when we go to work we just kind of clock in and clock out 9 to 5 and that's it. We don't think about it again, right? It's not how we're made. It's not in our DNA. We're a little bit different here, right? We'll work for what we want. Whoever comes in here has got to have that same passion, that same love, that same DNA of we're going to work. We're not going to stop working until it works. And then when it does work, we're only going to raise our level of work to make sure it stays at that level. That's all I ask.
And again, going to come down to a lot of who is the person making that decision. And hell, we're offering our services right here.
Jeff Brom is being mentioned by us.
Yeah, we talked about him yesterday.
Easy E. There's some
4-1 all time versus top 5 opponents.
Makes $5.6 million if I remember our conversation yesterday. So he would double his
salary.
salary.
If he's gettable because of the Louisville ties there. So
yeah,
a lot of the top guys have ties, like strong personal ties.
Player.
Former player ties to that school.
That's Clark Lee, Jeff Brom, and Brent Key. Kenny Dillingham didn't play, but he's from Tempe, Scottsdale, and went to school there. And I know Taylor doesn't think that's a big deal, but it is, just knowing Kenny a little bit. That wasn't a shot at you. I just,
had the combo yesterday.
Made a combo yesterday, yeah. So, like, those guys all have ties. Could you get Kenny Dillingham away from Arizona State? Probably better than the other guys because he didn't play there. He just went to school there. Then, yeah, probably so, but still.